In today's brief video, I want to share with you guys two things that I learned quitting smoking weed that I feel, had I known prior to my quit, would have made my quitting journey much easier. If you're new to the channel, my name's Dr. Frank. I'm the founder of Addiction Mindset recovery coaching programs, which are dedicated to helping people quit substances I once struggled with: nicotine, THC, energy drinks, and adult media content. The first thing I wish I had learned or knew going into quitting weed was that trying to reason with addiction is nearly impossible. And the more time we try and spend reasoning with that addictive voice in our head, the more time we're spending digging ourselves into our deeper and deeper hole. Addiction, in my opinion, knows no reason. Addiction is an ambition, it's a behavior, and it can quite literally be unstoppable in the case of many people who develop a drug addiction. Whether that's to nicotine, weed, opioids, alcohol, doesn't matter the substance. And that level of drive, that level of ambition, that level of determination that's applied to addiction does not know reason. So when I would sit there day to day and say, just one more smoke, only on the weekends, only on special occasions, after this event I'll quit, after this thing I'll quit, I was trying to reason with addiction. And it's almost impossible to try and reason with something that is relentlessly unreasonable. Not only that, but you're going to drive yourself nuts. And that's exactly what I was doing throughout the years that I was trying to quit using cannabis. I was trying to apply reason to a thing, aka that thing being addiction, that doesn't understand reason. And the day I quit was the day that I decided I was no longer going to try and reason with that addictive voice, with that addiction. The day I quit, I stopped trying to reason with it. And if you're watching this and if you're saying to yourself, well, that sounds overwhelming, that sounds unreasonable, right? Hell or high water, you're going to quit. Good days or bad days, you're going to quit. This year, next year, and the following year, you're going to remain steadfast in your quit. If you're saying that sounds unreasonable, good. Because that means you're giving addiction a taste of its own medicine. You can't apply reason to addiction. So if that means doing something unreasonable, like quitting for the foreseeable future, for years to come, maybe that's exactly what it is you need to be doing to take back control of this situation and throw a curveball at marijuana addiction. So stop trying to reason with addiction. Chances are you're digging yourself a deeper hole and you're driving yourself nuts. Now, the second thing that I wish I would have known going into quitting smoking weed was that there were going to be good days and there were going to be bad days. And it just is what it is. I think a lot of people, when it comes to active addiction, myself included, to an extent, we use the substance to escape some level of pain. Not everyone. Some people just completely do it recreationally, and there's no trauma, there's no pain, there's nothing bad that they're trying to escape. But most people who suffer from, I think, addiction have some pain that they're trying to escape from. And what I failed to realize was that by further pursuing my cannabis addiction, trying to escape the pain, I was actually creating a significant amount more of pain for myself because of the financial issues, because of the relationship issues, because of the health complications I was running into, all due to my cannabis use. So not only was I not escaping the pre-existing discomfort or pain, but I was actually layering it on day by day, year by year, that I continued to smoke. And the expectation that I had with quitting was that I was going to quit. And I think I was under the assumption that I was going to have mostly pain-free days, days where struggling was at a minimum. And realizing now, 5 years sober, that that's not the case. I still have days that are extremely challenging. I still have some anxiety. I still have days where I have depression. I still have days where my body hurts, mostly in part from the consequences that I suffered from drug use, but I still have those days. I have good days and I have bad days. And that is the way it goes. everyone that's alive has good days and has bad days. And this is part of life. And I think when I first quit the addiction, it's now kind of coming more and more to my own realization. I was spending a lot of time trying to escape those bad days, and I was only creating worse days for myself. Now, in my sobriety, I partake in behaviors and actions that hopefully predict more good days than bad days throughout the course of a given year. And I can tell you that's been the case, especially after I got through that first year of sobriety. That year was pretty choppy. But beyond that, it's been better. So now going forward, though, at least I understand every time I feel that anxiety, I feel that depression, I feel that body pain that I get sometimes due to osteoporosis and other health conditions I have. I don't try and run from it anymore. I don't embrace it. I don't necessarily like how it feels. I usually try and get up, move, change my environment, talk to someone. I have other outlets now aside from drug use that I've developed. But I don't run from those bad days anymore like I used to, because I now fully understand there's going to be good days, there's going to be bad days, and it is what it is. As long as you're alive, you can't escape that. Here at Addiction Mindset, we like to focus on education, preparation, lifestyle modification, and setting and managing appropriate expectation when it comes to quitting a drug. If that's something that you need help with when it comes to quitting cannabis, check out the pinned comment in the video description and the pinned comment in the comments section below. There's a link that's going to give you access to our one-on-one coaching, our free 7-step guide to quitting smoking weed. There's a guide in there on getting over cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome. And then there's also the Addiction Mindset Accountability group. This is a group of people all trying to pursue the same things: quitting weed, quitting nicotine, quitting adult media content. So if that's something you want group support with, it's $4.97 a month. I'm live in the group 2 to 3 times a month. It's an awesome place. Check that out. Or if you don't feel like doing that, simply follow me right into the next video. I'll see you guys there.